What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Gerald from Bank of Gerald here with another video update. Today is Tuesday, May the 7th, 2024. Today we're going to be talking about a platform that we haven't talked about quite as often, but it's been one of those slow crankers. It's been one that I think, in my opinion, the reason why it hasn't gotten as much attention is because there's a lot going on with it, and it can seem kind of confusing because there are so many different things that you can get involved with this. But if you simplify it, if you decide to just, well, I'll say what I did. I just decided to get in one and crank it out, right? It's just another option here in the space, but it's been a paying option. It's one that we have been doing withdrawals from, and the withdrawals have come very quickly. So when you have one of those options and you have, some risk capital, you just pay attention to it. You do your withdrawals every day, and that's what we have been doing with Wizerpeople.com. All right. Before we get started, though, I want to remind all of you that I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, and I'm not your financial advisor, right? I am just a dude on YouTube showing you guys how I'm cranking it out on many different platforms, nothing more and nothing less than that. Now, if you like this platform, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you want to be updated and notified about everything going on here at BOJ, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. Please, sir, please, ma'am, get scanned by the WhatsApp, man, because if he gets you, there's nothing I can do to help you. All right. Stay diligent and vigilant in this space and in the comment section as well. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So Wizerpeople, of course, when we got in from Jump Street, we're understanding that this is one of those platforms that performs like a hype. All right. We've seen stuff like this before. It doesn't mean that it's doesn't work. It just means that we don't expect it to be here for a long time. So we expect it to be here for a good time. And that's why we get in as early as possible. That's why we try to crank it out every day. And when you're dealing with a hype, if you're going to play in this space, I would definitely, I take that approach. I try to find it early. If I'm going to get in, I get in early. I've acknowledged it's a hype. Hey, high yield, high risk. We have an opportunity, but it's all risk capital. May not decide to put a whole bunch of crypto in here or whatever, but it's whatever I decide to deposit based on my own risk capital and my risk management strategy. So what we have done in Wizerpeople is we took 1,000 USDT and we have been cranking on that. And we're about 10, I guess you could say 14% into what we're hoping to climb into the black, right? So we're just getting started. We're just trying to see if this thing can continue to crank on. Now, if you look at the different methods of deposit, you also have a calculator up here, so you can kind of decide what it's supposed to look like for you, right? There are things that have dailies included with a return at the end. You have daily returns only, you have the weekly, and you have the after, all right? So you would get it after 50 days, whatever the case may be for these different, what they're calling startups, right? Now, we don't know that these are actually startups. I actually did a little bit of digging on some of these names, and I don't see them come up on any Google or anything like that. But this is how hypes play. This is how they play the game. So they just tell you, hey, this is what the opportunity is. If you want to take a part of it, 2.4% per weekday, starting with a minimum deposit of $20. And we're talking about 2.4% per day. All right, 2.8% per day, starting at 2,500 here. And this is for daily included. For daily return, you have opportunities like what I got into, the 0.75 per I think that's what I got. Yeah, per weekday, and then you get 0.75 per weekend. So, 20%. I'm sorry, 20 minimum deposit here. So there's many different minimum deposits that you can take advantage of, and then you kind of see what works for you. All right. These are longer term plans here, all of them. It's not something that is crazy hype-ish. But some of these right here are getting to where you're really starting to get some decent returns. I got into this one, the TempoWare here. So what we're going to do today is we're going to get into another withdrawal. We have done a few withdrawals from the system, and we have our 2FA code set up, which I highly suggest. We have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 withdrawals since April the 20th. Right, April the 20th, we did our first withdrawal, and we haven't done a withdrawal over $40. Everything has been sub 40, and today is going to be 15. So it's not anything crazy from a day-to-day basis. I make like 7.5 USDT per day. Some places that's a good little steady income to establish, but you have to have the capital to get started, or you have to have the network to share this with to take advantage of the affiliate system, and then possibly you could be able to make your own deposits if that's how you do it. I know there's a lot of people that handle it that way. All right. There's a lot of leaders out there that may not have all of that to start, the biggest deposits to start, but they'll grow teams, and everyone is of the same like mind and strategies and whatever, and they just grow, and they all are able to make their own deposits based on the work that they do actively. So we've seen this space tackled in many different ways, ladies and gentlemen. There's people that decide to just do passive and find little things like this that crank out from a day-to-day basis. If you're doing it like this, I'd try to diversify and have a few. If it was me, obviously you guys know I'm in quite a few things. All right. And it gets kind of hard to stay up with everything. But a true player in the space understands that they have to diversify and keep their options open and everything, but also understanding their own bandwidth. I do have a bandwidth, obviously, for quite a few different things. I'm not perfect, but I try to check in on everything at least once a day. I feel like that can help. And Wizerpeople is one of those things that I've been checking on. I may not have done a video every day, but we check on it every day. And it's something that we like to say that we get our withdrawals from consistently. And we'll be waiting on this next withdrawal that we're expecting that we just made from Wizerpeople. So with that being said, put your 2FA on all the platforms that will allow you and all of your wallets, because crypto is indeed the wild, wild west, y'all. And if you ain't strapped, you're bound to get hacked. All right. Ask me how I know. It's not very fun at all. If you like this content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you want to be updated and notified about everything going on here at BOJ, just make sure you hit the notification bell as well. Please, sir, and please, ma'am, don't get scammed by the WhatsApp man, because if he gets you, there's nothing I can do to help you. All right. Stay diligent and vigilant in this space and in the comment section as well. I will see y'all on the next one. It's your boy BOJ. Peace out.